Alrighty, following up on my special 1000th video spectacular, here they are now finally in all of their full production glory. The DC-01 Apex and DC-02 GEMINUS, the Topspin and Twin Twist analogs from newcomer Mech Ideas. They've previously done some iPhone cases. We just saw the Shock Blast upgrade, the Long Blast upgrade kit for them earlier tonight. And here are the first full-fledged, at least as far as I know of under this banner, figures from them. Really, really nice. As you can see, instead of a box, they come carded. And it's the same for GEMINUS here. Since it's exactly the same type of packaging, I went ahead and got him out for expediency's sake. There are bios on the back, and there's some pretty funny stuff in there, telling you about their character and their stats and all this stuff. So very cool. And same on Apex here, his vehicle mode and stats and his bio here on the back of the package. They are carded, like I said, and they are carded in such a way that there are some pieces of tape on the side when you get these, but it's very easy to peel the tape off, and the card just slides right out. Very much reminiscent of some of the Takara classics, the Henkei line and such. Very nice. Inside is an instruction sheet. The instruction sheet is exactly the same in both sets. It shows you, because they're basically the same transformation. It shows you the different ways you can store the weapons. Can plug in here on top, as you see here. The hammers can store underneath them, as well as plug in on top as a cannon, and we'll look at that in a minute. Then how to transform him. Tank, GEMINUS here finishes, once you get to step 19, GEMINUS has a couple steps. Then he's done, and then instead of going over this way for for Apex, you come down here. There's a couple extra steps involved in flipping his wings out, but otherwise they're identical transformations. So there's the instruction sheet, and we'll show those off again tonight. We won't waste too much time on it. We just take out the plastic tray, or you can have it like this as well. But just pull this plastic tray out of the package. It does get a little hooked up on those ridges that hold the card in place. We'll set that off to the side. And inside the package, you've got the figure itself. Here's Apex. And we'll go ahead and move this back down here. So here they are together in color. You get their two weapons. And then over here in both packages is the hammer, which splits into three parts. As I said, there's some little pegs here that let you peg this on to the back of vehicle mode up here if you don't want to store it underneath. This is the first time I've stuck this on this one, so it might be a little tight. There we go. Just peg that right in there. And you still have room, as you can see, to peg the weapons on. So you can give them kind of a triple cannon going here in vehicle mode like that. And so there's the weapon deployed in vehicle mode versus broken into three pieces and stored in vehicle mode. And again, just to get an idea of the comparison, here they are with their test shots. Yeah, instead of and you can see a lot more of the detail shows up much better. Let's just show it up actually pretty good this time, but a lot more of the detail is visible on these guys just to the naked glance of the eye, just because it's not all white plastic. So yeah, just a quick shot of those two together. We'll show them off together in robot mode later on in the video. And as I suspected, a lot of my minor qualms with these guys. Some of the looseness and tolerances were totally fixed on the final production samples. The test shots were a little loose, but I fully expected that from a test shot, so no big surprises there. Moving on to the transformation. Again, we've seen it, so we won't dwell too much on it. But you want to go ahead and pop these the weapons off of the vehicle form, as well as pop the handles and main hammer piece off the bottom. And you can go ahead and take these if you want and plug them together like that to form the Demolition Crue hammer, which is kind of nice. Set the weapons off to the side. And we'll go ahead and do the same over here. Just since the hammer's already together, we'll just pop that off. Pull off the weapons, and we're ready to go. And again, transformation is very similar between the two of them. We'll try to get through it pretty quickly. just because. But basically you just pull the legs out. You do want to be careful. They peg in right here with a thick peg, but there's also this little clip up here. Much sturdier now on the final production versions. And I gotta say too, they're a lot heavier than the test shots. It's a denser plastic. They're much tougher and stronger, but you still want to be a little careful with this little clip. You don't want to just yank it out or you'll end up snapping that clip off. I found like one of the test shots had that clip snap off. I think it actually came with that clip snapped off. And it didn't really affect the stability, but, you know, who wants to break a toy, even if it is not, you know, the worst break you could have. And you just bring the arms up and the treads out. Bring this whole piece up and over. Lift up this, flip the head up. Bring the legs down. But all the joints are much tighter on the final version. Very cool. I love that they've got the dual hinge on the feet, which is very nice. On the back, you just bring these around to the back like that. Flip up the forearm here and flip the hand out. Close it up. And there's a little piece down here that snaps into place there to hold that open, or to hold it closed, really. Flip around, and again, snap it down. And there is GEMINUS in robot mode. Bring the elbows down a little bit and shorten his arms a little bit and make him look a little bit more natural. Alright, we'll just leave him there while we get Apex transformed. I actually think I'm doing pretty good. I've been up for several hours with no sleep, and I'm starting to get sick again, so this is, all things considered, this is actually all going really well. Not nearly as insane as some of these videos can get when I'm sleep deprived and not feeling at my best. With the legs. Put the hand out. There we go. Snap it together. And as I mentioned, instead of just rotating these in, you rotate these in, or over and in, and then take the wings and flip them out to the side. And that gives him the wings on his back. And there's Topspin and Twin Twist, looking remarkably awesome. Like, I really do love the design of these guys. Fully transformed. And look, there's no heads. There we go. Half of it was a mystery. I apologize for that. Again, I guess I am loopier than I thought. But yeah, so they can hold their weapons, their guns. They can hold the hammer, as mentioned earlier. You just slide the hammer into the hand like that. If you want to, you can, if you so wish, store the guns on the back, and you can have them facing up or down. Really, your preference. They do have to stick out a little further if they're facing up. If you don't want to see them behind the legs, though, you can do that. Store them right there. And an alternate version of the hammer is you can take it, you can convert it into its storage mode for vehicle mode by pegging these onto the pegs on top, and then you can take it and use either one of these pegs to attach it here on the arm as kind of an arm cannon, if you so desire. You don't have to, but it's also a neat little feature that, again, not necessary, but it's nice to have it if you want to use it. And again, here's Apex's weapons, signature guns. And they're now a metallic-y silver. I know now some people have complained about the size of his drills, especially in vehicle mode. And they are a little small in comparison to vehicle mode, but I think they look great in robot mode. And same with his vents. I think like if you made them much bigger, they would look out of place in robot mode. So I don't really have those complaints. And then again, just a quick comparison side by side with their test shot counterparts, or maybe side to front or back to front. Just to get an idea, and again, you can see just how much more detail pops on the colored versions that gets lost in the sea of white on these test shots. So it's nice to be able to finally show off just how much detail is on these guys, and then as well as the paint apps that really make them look nice. Very, very cool. One of the things that comes for GEMINUS, and if you read Last Stand of the Wreckers, this will make sense, is a damaged head in which he's like missing an eye, and there's some wire. Like this eye's painted blue, this eye's black with some wires hanging out of it. Messed up mouth from when he was. I don't want to give it away, but from Last Stand of the Wreckers. And you can, if you so choose, just pop off GEMINUS's head. Come on. There we go. Just pop the head off. Be careful because you don't want to push too hard to snap this peg, but you shouldn't, as long as you're being even moderately careful. And you can give him a battle damaged head, which again, not necessary, but a neat little feature if you choose to do so. And speaking of Wreckers, well, I don't have official Wreckers toys here. These guys really do fit in very nicely, both in design and scale-wise, with with some of the other third-party figures that could stand in for your Wreckers. Like just to show some comparisons, here they are with Defender and Assaulter. So you see they scale really well, and aesthetically they just fit in really well with those guys. So finally having the color versions makes me really happy. I think I just need the last few members of GEMINUS, the Superion combiner from TFC, and I think that might complete my third-party Wreckers. And then I just need to get Chaos Paladin to complete my third-party. I don't know if they're going to be the Mayhem Attack Squad or if they're just a third-party. What other name did I have for them? Decepticon Justice Division? I don't know. A Decepticon counterpart to my third-party Wreckers. Posability, like you saw. Transformation hinges give them a little bit of shoulder movement here. There's a hinge here. There's a swivel here at the upper bicep. There's a double-hinged elbow. Like I said, here's how they are. It looks straight, and you can see that's a very thin and almost elongated arm, but you can kind of take that and slide it back. It still gives you the elbow function, but it makes the arm look a little bit more complete and natural like that. You do have a wrist swivel here. Swivel hips, dual swivel hips right here and right here. Swivel at the thigh. There's a sideways hinge here in the leg. Again, that's mostly for transformation, but it is there, as well as a standard knee. And like I said, the feet are really cool because they flip out like this for transformation, but even through that, you can see how they peg through this piece, so they also have some side-to-side rotation. And again, it was blocked when it was like this, but if you have the foot straight, you can see it gets some really good range of motion there in the foot. So you can hold a lot of different poses. Oh, and there's a waist swivel as well as the ball-jointed head. So you're getting a lot of there's a lot of ways to pose these guys, and so you're really not going to be lacking for posability there. But yeah, definitely worth it. I think they're like $30 a piece, $35 a piece. They're not, considering what a lot of third-party figures go for, that are some even smaller than this, or about the same size as this. Just a super deal. They're very solid. Like I said, all my issues I had with the test shots, which were very minor quibbles I suspected would have gotten fixed in the final product, were indeed fixed in the final product. They've got a nice weight to them. They're very substantial. They're very solid. I'm not worried about anything breaking unless I really, really manhandle. Like I'd have to really be trying to break them. And they just look really nice. They fit in on the shelf with some other characters that I enjoy, and I really can just not recommend these guys enough, especially if you're into the Wreckers. They are great little upgraded versions of Topspin and Twin Twist, and I mean, if you have the money, you're really doing yourself a disservice if you don't pick up at least one of them to check it out. I think they're really great figures. But there it is, DC-01 Apex, DC-02 GEMINUS, the Demolition crew from Mech Ideas.